A confident young man, fan in hand, approaches with a persuasive offer while his companions follow closely. A determined shout erupts from him as she places a supportive hand on his shoulder. He gestures emphatically with his fan, asserting his influence while two companions echo his words. He listens intently, eyebrows furrowed in contemplation, while the woman stands poised, partially turned away. A shadowed face smirks as a finger rests thoughtfully on the chin. Words laced with defiance. Blushing with nervousness, he stands as she clutches his sleeve, surrounded by amused onlookers. A worried woman suggests retreating as he reassures her with a confident smile and comforting words. Flames flare around him as he stands tall, strength surging as the woman watches closely. His eyes narrow with intensity, voice firm as he demands the intruder's leave, echoing his earlier fiery resolve. Flames encircle him as someone charges forward, urged by a defiant command to attack. He leaps forward with a powerful punch, making contact with his opponent, igniting a surprised expression. With a fierce shout, he lunges forward, fist aimed with determined precision, ready to strike his opponent. Tears well up in his eyes, teeth gritted in determination, as the tension escalates. Fist clenched and face fierce, he charges forward with unwavering focus and determination. Effortlessly dodging the punch with a confident grin, he outmaneuvers his opponent, showcasing his agility and precision. A swift backhand strike sends the opponent sprawling, blood splattering as the young man narrows his eyes with fierce determination. Standing triumphantly, he raises a hand while another lies defeated on the ground, tears streaming down their face. He stands confidently as a woman blushes, her admiration evident, hearts and energy radiating around her in awe. Blushing deeply, the woman leans forward slightly, her lips parted in a soft utterance, eyes shining with admiration and warmth. Kneeling gracefully with a gentle blush, she softly requests another session of tuina, her eyes filled with warm anticipation. His expression serious, he points upward, proposing a personal check before proceeding with tuina, echoing a supportive tone. Blushing gently, she nods with a soft smile, while a reassuring voice tells her to trust her husband's skills. A determined expression on his face, he reassures her with a confident assessment as they sit across from each other, glowing energy between them. He evaluates the situation, noting no discharge, while applying gentle pressure to the wrist, ensuring a smooth energy flow. Blushing, she touches her cheek, questioning the nature of the intriguing medical art with a curious gaze. Glowing orbs surround an outstretched hand, as new data reveals symmetrical nodularity in bilateral ducts. Lifting her hand to her mouth, she listens intently as he evaluates the situation, finding no major concerns. Blushing and curious, she covers her mouth, eyes wide, asking about lobular hyperplasia. Sweat trickling down, he reassures her with a patient smile, promising to explain the details later with a gentle hand gesture. With determination, he discusses the need to advance medicine by opening a school to cultivate more medical talent, focusing on female physicians. Fingers poised delicately, he confidently reassures her of his examination skills, promising effective care despite the lack of a speculum. Radiating warmth, she pleads urgently for help, her eyes wide with discomfort as he maintains a composed demeanor, ready to assist. Blushing and surprised, they lie close together, exchanging comments about the exam and the necessity of acupuncture for her illness. Hearts flutter as she gazes upward, marveling at Wudalang's endurance with a blush and whispered admiration. Her mouth opens in an emotional outcry, tears sliding down her cheek, emphasizing the intense moment. Hearts hover around her as she extends her hand upward, softly urging, just a little bit more. Favorability on the brink of 100%, she reaches out, her anticipation and emotion rising. Blushing deeply, bodies leaning close, they whisper an emotional plea for Jinlian, amid a shimmering, ethereal glow. Tears streaming, she pleads emotionally for more support, emphasizing her surrender to Daling's overwhelming influence. Emotions flare as her favorability reaches 100%, radiant energy enveloping her euphoric expression. A blinding flash of radiant energy envelops the scene, signaling an overwhelming culmination of emotions and power. With a surge of newfound power, they gain the strength to lift 1,000 Jin cauldron, preparing for unmatched potential. Pan Jinlian's exclusive talent unlocks, boosting favorability among women and forming a combination bond, enhancing subordinate loyalty. With a confident smile, he clenches his fist, declaring Pan Jillian's favorability as a powerful advantage to sway officials. A confident promise fills the air as he assures Jillian of a good life, his eyes locked with hers, conveying sincerity. Startled by early morning knocking, two surprised figures in the bath glance around, questioning the unexpected visitor. A concerned woman, speaking hurriedly, suggests handling the visitor as steam swirls around them. Blushing softly, she gazes intently, her expression displaying a mix of emotion and anticipation amid the morning's surprise. With an intense gaze, he listens attentively to the concerned figures surrounding him in the dimly lit room. Blushing softly, Shunlin and Chunmei stand together, their favorability increased as sparkling energy surrounds them, reflecting newfound confidence. Gratefully bowing, she thanks him for his life-saving intervention, referencing Madame Wu's detailed account of his heroic actions. Grinning cheekily, he stands flanked by two others, expressing relief at their well-being. With intensity, she leans forward and declares it's time for serious business after thanking him, mentioning their exposure during medical treatment. Startled, his eyes widen in shock as he stumbles backward, arms flailing in a comical display of surprise. Chunmai leans in, whispering playfully to her sister, who warns her not to scare the official with a teasing smile. With a determined expression, she insists he take responsibility and marry her and her sister, their eyes locked intensely. A surprised expression crosses his face as she approaches, addressing Dalang with a knowing look and an unfinished statement. Conflicted and uncertain, he stands surrounded by concerned figures, contemplating his next move as tension fills the room. With a reassuring smile, she stands close, emphasizing kindness and virtue, while he listens with flushed cheeks, slightly startled. She speaks softly, raising concerns about their actions being misinterpreted as demanding repayment for gratitude, her eyes reflecting sincerity. Held between two determined sisters, he listens as they passionately argue against becoming nuns, their eyes locked on him intently. Tears streaming down, the young man smirks defiantly, recalling deceptive words about taking in more sisters from the night before. Feet step in unison, contrasting in attire, hinting at a shared purpose and synchronized decision, moving forward together. With a calm expression, she explains the significance of marriage customs, suggesting that the sisters' proposal would face parental disapproval. Blushing, she gently reveals their parents passing 2 years ago, her expression soft and emotional. Tears glisten as she speaks of their vulnerability, highlighting the sisters' solitude and lack of support. With a concerned expression, he offers condolences to Miss Lan, raising a hand gently, showing he means no intrusion. Clutching his sleeve, she pleads desperately about their helplessness, her face full of emotion as he listens intently. A shadowed face lowers, expression tense, as a warning scroll labeled danger hovers, highlighting the consequences of recent words. She advises sincerely, suggesting they seek stable marriages as proper wives, her expression full of concern and gentle authority. A determined woman clasps her hands over her heart, expressing sincere intentions and praising the officials' honorable actions. Asserting their willingness, one sister questions the elder's motives, while a surprised figure points and exclaims in response. Facing the challenge, she firmly confronts the other, emphasizing her status as the formally wedded first wife amidst the dimly lit room. Tears form as she grits her teeth, recognizing the need to submit under Pan Jinlian's domineering presence. Kneeling with hands clasped, she earnestly pleads for acceptance and survival, her demeanor respectful yet desperate. A storm cloud looms over him as she sternly turns away, signaling disapproval with a chilling. A bead of sweat trails down his tense face, reflecting the gravity of the moment and his inner turmoil. She gently extends a hand, urging the kneeling woman to rise, acknowledging her pitiable state with a reluctant acceptance. Holding her hand tightly, she imposes 2 conditions with authority, her tone firm yet offering reluctant inclusion into the family. Sweating nervously, he raises a hand, proposing to handle the finances as the women exchange questioning glances, one responding with, "I agree." She resolutely declares their intention to leave, if they cannot contribute financially, determination clear in her voice. Suddenly, he spirals through a swirling vortex, hands clutching his head in a frantic attempt to regain control. He stands firmly, declaring his authority over the house with a determined expression, asserting, "I am the head of the family." Nodding with determination, she observes him nervously watching her, reassured that their relationship can endure this latest challenge. With a composed expression, she acknowledges the situation, affirming her role by stating loyalty to her partner. Standing closely, she gazes confidently, sparking a favorable response as his cheek flushes, their dynamic shifting with newfound charisma. Amused, he questions the situation, marveling at the unusual dynamic and contemplating the women's enigmatic preferences. He stands with conviction, addressing the women about past choices, while she hesitantly admits her willingness to marry, fostering a tense uncertainty. His expression turns contemplative, questioning if Jinlian's actions or his own shortcomings are causing the group's hesitation. Suddenly, a new quest appears, prompting him to help Chunlan and Chunmai start a business, as he muses about the penalty. Pondering deeply, he contemplates a recipe-related quest, realizing food might be key despite only knowing how to make egg-fried rice. Amid scattered papers and beverage containers, he sits with a delighted expression, clutching a milk tea, recalling his past obsession with Wu Yue. With a determined fist and confident smile, he promises to teach a money-making business, assuring 10 guans a day in less than a week. Suddenly, all three women react with wide-eyed surprise and confusion, exclaiming, "Ah!" in unison as they gaze downward. The women react with disbelief and skepticism, discussing the idea of earning 10 guans equating to 10,000 flatbreads, questioning its feasibility. Cheerfully gesturing, he asks them to wait, promising they'll soon be convinced of his confident plan. Suddenly, he charges ahead, clutching a sack in his determined teeth as the women gasp, frozen in shock and disbelief. Focused and determined, she prepares a culinary display, announcing, "Glutinous rice balls to replace the pearls." Eyes fixed on the task. As she expertly ladles the mixture, he contentedly sits, crafting straws from reed stems with a satisfied smile. With a focused expression, she pours the tea into a bamboo cup, cautioning about steeping time to prevent bitterness. Steam rises from a bamboo cup, while he enthusiastically shares a tip about achieving the perfect texture for taro balls. Smiling, he presents steaming cups on a tray, instructing them to try using reed straws as they curiously inquire about the beverage. She crouches forward, positioned between two figures, underscoring unity as they prepare for the next step in their culinary venture. Three figures sip through reed straws, tasting the tea with attentive curiosity, their expressions reflecting focused enjoyment of this new experience. Eyes wide, she gracefully extends her arms, encircled by glowing butterflies, exclaiming her desire for more with heightened enthusiasm. Blushing, they express amazement at the tea's exquisite blend and texture, likening the experience to riding clouds, eyes wide and sparkling. Amid swirling leaves, they exclaim joyfully about the tea's divine quality, feeling the positive impact and favorability increase. She sips the taro ball milk green tea, questioning its potential to earn 10 guan a day, eyes filled with doubt. He confidently gestures, proposing the plan as both women, holding their drinks, listen intently, captivated by his assertion. With a confident grin, he gestures, proposing to outline the 10 guan earning method, but first suggests calculating the costs. Calculating costs, he outlines the ingredients and materials for the milk green tea, totaling 19 wen, as all three listen intently. Shocked, she questions the feasibility, comparing the high cost of their tea to ordinary tea soup, eyes wide with concern. With a confident smirk, he announces the price is set at 100 wen, finger raised in emphasis. With eyes wide in shock, she questions the steep price as he confidently prepares to explain his strategy. Amidst swirling energy, figures elegantly sip tea, showcasing the refined grand drinking method using bamboo tubes and straws. He confidently presents his unique recipe, the air swirling with brown sugar cubes emphasizing the delicious taste. Grinning with determination, he confidently outlines a marketing strategy to boost product awareness, using gestures and glowing words in the air. Confused, she questions the concept of celebrity effect and hunger marketing, seeking clarity amid her doubts. She eagerly leans in as he promises to reveal the secrets behind their marketing strategy in 3 days, offering support and resources. Blushing, she teases him softly, reminding him of the younger sister's presence. Surrounded by affectionate support, he receives a group hug from 3 women, each beaming with hearts floating around them. As he energetically dashes outside, she and her companion exchange embarrassed, blushing glances, music notes surrounding them. Contemplating logistics, she holds a sack, pondering the need for an extra bed to accommodate 4 people comfortably. At Simon Estate, he stands determined, planning to build a prototype store due to limited resources, gazing solemnly at the entrance. Grinning confidently, he gestures grandly, emphasizing the importance of gaining Yanggu County's famous noble lady, Wu Yuang, for their success. A hand confidently grasps the ornate lion-head door knocker, intent on making a compelling entrance. He responds calmly, identifying himself as Wu Ji, the doctor summoned by Madame Wu, while Wu Yuanyang's maid, Xiao Yu, listens attentively. With a welcoming smile, the maid guides him inside, acknowledging his status as Madame's guest. A woman elegantly swings under blossoming wisteria, catching the attentive glances of those nearby. A voice shouts Xiao Yue as the woman swings gracefully, gripping the ropes, her expression calm and focused. With shock and urgency, 2 young figures react, one shouting in disbelief about the identity of Ximen Qing's daughter, Ximen Deji. A vibrant, glowing screen reveals details of an epic encounter quest, highlighting tasks and rewards with vivid clarity. Eyes ablaze with excitement, he clenches his fist, determined to tackle the quest for 100 points and unlock the shop. Standing together, Wu Jai looks startled as she urges him to move quickly, fearing the madame's impatience. Amidst cascading wisteria, she gracefully swings while below. He gazes upwards, holding a briefcase, their paths converging under the dappled sunlight. Cheeks flushed, she touches her lips thoughtfully, gaze soft yet intense, reflecting deep contemplation or a silent decision. As she steps forward, the maid informs him to wait while she announces his arrival, leaving him pondering thoughtfully. A woman stands before a decorative door, delivering instructions to invite Dr. Wu inside with calm authority. A figure kneels before a bright window, addressing the approaching person as Madam, amidst scattered sunlight and shadows. Her lips part as she acknowledges Dr. Wu's arrival, her tone both welcoming and mildly surprised. Bathed in soft light, she kneels gracefully, her expression calm and subtly inviting, as shimmering sparkles surround her. Holding an acupuncture needle with precision, Wu Jai directs Madame to remove her clothes, preparing to perform the treatment. He stands assertively, expressing indignation at perceived rudeness, while she calmly sits, maintaining a poised demeanor. Grinning confidently, Wu Jai reassures Madame he'll blindfold himself to maintain propriety during the acupuncture procedure. Blushing slightly, she acknowledges the uniqueness of his medical methods, expressing her limitations as a married woman with a thoughtful expression. Startled, she widens her eyes as he firmly holds a piece of cloth to her mouth, tension crackling between them. Amused, he laughs while explaining his own blindfold, leaving her puzzled and questioning her covered eyes. Amidst glowing statistics, he grins, poised to distribute attribute points strategically, enhancing his charisma and persuasion skills. With a confident smile, he explains the blindfolding to calm the spirit technique, emphasizing its ability to ease her mind. Blushing slightly under the blindfold, she clasps her hands tightly, voicing her concern about propriety. With a calm expression, he reassures her of his integrity, while she listens intently, clutching her hands nervously. Her lips part slightly as she whispers, acknowledging his exceptional medical skills with a blush under the dark blindfold. Clutching her robe tightly, she resolves to overcome her struggles and secure her place by having a child. Her robe swirls dramatically as she worries about Ximen Qing's potential betrayal if her father suffers misfortune. Under a soft glowing light, She lies blindfolded on a bed, surrounded by shimmering sparkles, her posture calm and composed. Holding a thick needle with intent, he reassures her to bear with the procedure, his gaze focused and determined. A glowing needle is grasped between his fingers, poised for the blue sea-tide generating needle, Shangguan acupoint technique. Determined eyes focus intensely as he extends his arm, confidently striking with force, evoking a rush of power and precision. The acupuncture needle glows brightly as he confidently pierces her skin, while she lies back with her lips slightly parted, surrounded by glowing mist. Electricity crackles around his hand as he directs the glowing needle towards the Kuichi and Tianshu acupoints with focused determination. Energy surges around her, blindfolded and gasping, as the acupuncture effect intensifies, illuminating the room. Electricity surges around her leg, illuminating the room as energy crackles with intensity, highlighting the acupuncture's powerful effect. Sweat beads on her brow as she admits the pain also feels good, lying blindfolded amidst the glowing needles. Startled by a shout, she clutches her robe tightly, while a voice urgently asks, "Hey, are you there?" Gasping, she clutches her robe tightly, urgently calling out Seaman, Shing amidst a tense, electrified atmosphere. He questions why she drags her feet wrapped in a quilt on a hot day, his tone curious and slightly puzzled. She lies back, flushed and trembling, whispering about a fever as energy crackles around her. Sweat drips down her blushing face, eyes swirling with dizziness amidst the crackling energy. Sweat beads on her forehead as she senses a faint musk, eyes wide and mouth agape amidst the dark energy. Gasping intensely, she leans back, overwhelmed, and exclaims, "I'm dying! Let me catch my breath amid swirling energy." Blushing deeply, she covers her mouth in shock, hands trembling slightly as she processes the unexpected revelation. With an inquisitive expression, she questions, "What's wrong with you now?" Her gaze sharp and direct. Hands clutching her stomach, she suddenly grimaces, expressing discomfort. He declares his departure to buy medicinal herbs, entrusting household affairs to the women and warning against seeing Nunshu. Watching from behind, she stands in the doorway as he gazes across the bright, cracked ground, alone in contemplation. A blinding flash envelops the space with intense energy, sparking shock as they react with astonished exclamations. Energy surges as she is enveloped in radiance, mouth open in shock amid the cascading light. Radiant streaks of light cascade from the sky, shimmering brightly above the lush greenery, reflecting the evolving energy around them. Clutching her shoulder, he gazes intently at her, determination evident on his face. Tears glistening, she clenches her fists tightly, conflicted and asking, "What should I do?" Amid gentle candlelight, she straddles and restrains him on the bed, urging firmly, "Stop fighting." As tension rises, she firmly confronts him about his warnings, asserting her own judgment with a determined expression. Tears stream down as she listens to the probing questions, concern etched on her face reflecting an inner conflict. Eyes narrowed and mouth slightly open, he listens intently, reflecting on Seaman Ching's notorious reputation in Yanggu County. Sharing drinks, they smile smugly, commenting on Wu Yuanyang's habits and implying why Seaman frequents their courtyard. Steam rises around her as she stares, bewildered, while he leans forward questioningly, concern evident on his face. Suddenly, she clutches her stomach, wincing in discomfort as tension fills the air around them. With a concerned expression, he pleads, "Madam Wu, please calm down a little," while seated before her. With a knowing gaze, he compares her beauty, contemplating ancient methods to coax effectively. Amid laughter, he gestures dismissively toward the women while inner thoughts reveal his intent to divorce her in the future. Sweat trickles as her tears mix with a glowing heart between them, expressing intense emotion and closeness. A woman gently suggests to official Wu that Yuan Yang will give him a massage, creating an intimate atmosphere. Enveloped in ethereal light, she hesitates, gently parting her lips, an unspoken confession on the verge. Glowing hearts float in the dim room as ethereal particles dance gently around them. Sweat forming, he shouts intensely, eyes wide with determination and resolve, confronting the challenge head-on. Points and favorability rapidly increase as she closes her eyes, achieving a new milestone of connection and devotion. Exhausted, he collapses onto the bed, exclaiming about his overwhelming interactions and treatments with a weary expression. Amid gentle light, she expresses her intent to continue learning massage, as he calmly suggests resuming later. Suggesting strategy, she proposes feigning illness and returning to her maiden home, reflecting on intentions to protect and plan against Ximen. Smiling confidently, she lays out her plan to uncover Ximen Qing's secret ledgers during his absence, plotting to trap him with evidence. Addressing concern, she reassures about safety, mentioning trusted aides and a servant girl's kung fu skills, highlighting her own training with her father. Fists clenched, their determination intensifies as the characters prepare for the upcoming challenges. Bathed in glowing light, they exchange reassuring words intimately, emphasizing strategy and future plans with determined expression. Embraced closely, she smiles softly, whispering her commitment to follow the official's wishes, creating an intimate agreement. Wu Yuanyang displays a confident smile, her new talent revealed as the text explains her protective abilities and strategic bond combination. Eyes narrowing with determination, the plan unfolds to store grain and prepare soldiers for the Jin troops' southern advance. Sunlight filters onto the street as Wu's tea drink shop opens, with 3 figures standing attentively behind the counter. Smiling confidently, he stirs a steaming pot over a bright flame, determined to perfect the recipe for their business plan. Inhaling the fragrant aroma, people gather eagerly outside the shop, curiosity piqued by the delightful smell. Raising a hand, he enthusiastically offers free samples to onlookers, while a skeptical voice questions if it's a scam. Confusion spreads as a potential customer hesitates, refusing the free sample, fearing they'd have to pay, while another observes the situation unfolding. A skeptic loudly questions the exorbitant tea price, pointing to a board displaying 100 yen a cup, stirring debate among onlookers. With wide eyes, the crowd erupts, shouting about the outrageous tea price, urging Wu Da to stick to cakes amidst accusations of scamming. Behind the counter, 3 figures attentively serve as the crowd gathers, intrigued by the commotion and prices. Concerned, she suggests lowering the tea price, noting they haven't sold any despite half a day's effort. Clutching her chest, she expresses agreement with Sister Xunlan's perspective. With a confident smile, he assures them not to rush, promising an exciting event ahead. As the crowd reacts with surprise, attention shifts to a palanquin with summon written above, signaling an unexpected arrival. A foot confidently steps down from the palanquin, signaling the arrival's significance as the crowd's attention heightens. As a veiled woman steps down from the palanquin, onlookers murmur about her identity, suspecting she is Madame Wu Yuanyang from the Ximen estate. A veiled woman gracefully places a coin on the counter, captivating his full attention with her elegant presence. A veiled woman, smiling, mentions using a refreshing powder as he listens intently, captivated. With a cheerful smile, he pours taro ball milk green tea and offers it enthusiastically to the honored guest. The veiled woman elegantly sips the taro ball milk green tea through a straw, expressing delight in its refined presentation. Eyes closed, she blushes deeply, savoring the tea's delightful texture and unique taro ball, expressing profound enjoyment. Eyes wide with astonishment, the veiled woman questions the tea's essence, likening it to jade dew dumplings of the immortals. Radiant waves envelop her, eyes wide and mouth open, holding the drink with an expression of shock and delight. Excitedly, he urges his companions to notify their mistresses about the praised tea, fearing punishment for any delay, while they gasp in response. Eager voices echo as a crowd gathers, each raising money, demanding to taste the acclaimed milk green tea. Amid radiant light, 3 women savor the tea with delight, exclaiming delicious as they experience the drink's exquisite taste. A bustling crowd eagerly reaches for more tea, voices rising enthusiastically as he serves behind the counter. Clasping her hands, she expresses gratitude and optimism about their future, while another praises their husband's extraordinary qualities. Eagerly addressing the crowd, he smiles and gestures, limiting each person to 2 cups of milk green tea to ensure everyone can try it. A confident smile forms as he strategizes to expand brand awareness, aiming to let more people taste their milk tea. A young master strides confidently toward the shop, declaring his desire to taste the costly tea. Offering 500 yen, he gestures confidently, asking to let the young master taste the tea first as the crowd looks on. A stern figure points and instructs a customer to line up, ensuring order amidst the excitement. Overwhelmed, his eyes bulge and mouth gapes open wildly, shocked by the unfolding situation. Amidst the tension, a fiercely determined figure grips another's arm, issuing a stern warning not to cause further trouble. A veiled figure sternly warns the young master to respect the prominent figures of Yanggu County and protect the Hua family's reputation. A woman points accusingly, while a man reacts with surprise and embarrassment at her bold claim about the Hua family dynamics. A figure declares they'll line up, threatening to sue and smash the shop if the tea isn't delicious, while others observe with apprehension. A confident figure smirks and clutches a fan, while another stands solemnly nearby amid the tense declaration of intent to destroy the shop. A man vigorously sips a drink through a straw, cheeks puffed with air, capturing the moment's intensity. Sweat trickling down, he stares nervously as she leans in, confidently questioning his taste with a smirk. Eyes wide, he claps a hand over his mouth, desperately trying to suppress his words. Muffled sounds escape as tension mounts, his struggle clear amidst the droplets of sweat. Eyes closed in frustration, she acknowledges the inescapable blend of textured balls and refined tea. Sparkles surround him as he exclaims joyfully, cheeks flushed and eyes closed, overwhelmed by the delectable taste. Laughter erupts around as she stands frozen, hands on her cheeks, eyes wide in shock from his joyful outburst. Tears streaming, he bolts away at lightning speed, leaving onlookers in stunned silence. Two women, delighted by their earnings, admire intertwined ropes on a tray, expressing satisfaction with today's success. Sparkling with confidence, she beams and clenches her hands, expressing joy at their success, stunning the two onlookers further. Holding up a sign, he confidently declares the start, limiting sales to 200 cups. With determination, he points confidently to the sign above, emphasizing the purchase limit as sparkles illuminate his resolve. With a determined grin and clenched fist, he confidently promises to earn 10 guan a day, impressing the three women nearby. She embraces him firmly, declaring their family's wealth and Dalling's night diligence essential for their flourishing. The women gather closely, expressing their desire to expand the Wu family business and continue working hard the next day. Four individuals energetically tug on his arms, their faces expressing delight and playful determination for the coveted item. Amidst sparkling determination, three women's faces show resolve as one declares her intent to claim the Wu family's eldest son. Finger pointing upward, he asserts the urgency of seizing tonight's singular opportunity. Three women stand closely together, smiling confidently, as one speaks to the official about their preparations. Two shining pills float above, while he points upward, declaring their power to strengthen vitality despite cautious overdraft warnings. Sparkling pink light fills the room, casting a magical glow through the gently draped curtains. Sparkling light surrounds as they urgently call for the official, eyes wide with determination amidst the shimmering atmosphere. With a fierce expression, he thrusts forward using Pengsu's bedroom spear technique, energy radiating as he shouts, "Kill!" Amidst a fiery glow, she glares fiercely while he grips a spear, their encounter charged with tension and uncertainty. Gripping the spear triumphantly, he beams with determination, marveling at Jinlian's growing strength amidst the glowing energy. Eyes blazing, he charges forward, spear thrusting fiercely as he shouts, again, determined to overcome any challenge. Blushing and sparkling, she gasps, with eyes half closed, hand on her forehead, as favorability stats appear beside her. She gasps, eyes closed and mouth open as favorability stats rise with sparkling energy surrounding her. Raindrops patter steadily as the tension escalates in the dimly lit space. With urgency, they exchange surprised glances as she shouts quick, prompting an immediate response. Amidst a shimmering glow, she skillfully balances in a graceful handstand, capturing everyone's attention with her poise and elegance. Wrapped in a sheet, she sits upright with a defiant expression, exhaling sharply with a hum fi amidst the glowing ambience. Determination shines in his eyes as he resolves to improve their lives and raise standards, driven by the plight of anxious concubines. Calling urgently, she directs the official's attention to an unforeseen event, her expression a mix of urgency and expectation. A crowd gathers eagerly beneath the sign Wu's Tea Drinks, anticipation building as she stands poised at the entrance. A long line of eager customers streams toward Wu's Tea Drinks, excitement clear on their faces. Smiling confidently, he points with determination and asks, as expected, "Do you remember what I told you?" Amidst the glowing atmosphere, 3 women stand confidently, one exclaiming hunger marketing, as sparkles illuminate their determined expressions. Peeking from behind a wall, she declares her intent to steal all the women, eyes narrowed with determination. A clenched fist drips with blood, trembling with intense resolve amidst a tense confrontation. A pendant swings gently, its bell ringing softly as sparkles reflect against the dimly lit backdrop, enhancing the atmospheric tension. Sweat glistening, she leans forward, eyes wide and concerned, questioning if her burning sensation is typhoid fever. In a swift motion, her body arches elegantly, shimmer detailing her poised form amidst tension. Bubbles swirling around, she arches back dramatically, her expression one of overwhelming surprise and emotion. Seated confidently, she delivers an ultimatum, promising divorce and asset division if her terms are met. Determination clear in her voice. A serene smile graces her face, eyes gently closed, radiating confidence and mystery amidst the glimmering backdrop. Kneeling at the doorway, they smirk cunningly, plotting to acquire the 3-inch nails recipe and take over his business. Standing confidently, she questions their arrangement, prompting him to kneel and answer. "Okay," amidst the gentle glow. Amidst excitement, he animatedly announces the success of Wu's Tea Drinks while she stands confidently beside him. Amidst the anticipation, they exclaim about wealthy families from nearby counties eagerly lining up for the event. Her eyes shimmer with intrigue as she touches her chin, remarking, "That is rather interesting." And then, while she gazes thoughtfully, he confidently suggests using their intelligence to infiltrate and outmaneuver Wu's Tea Drinks for dominance. She confidently declares her own plans, reminding him of his promise after completion, to which he agrees eagerly. Laughing loudly with a smirk, she points mockingly, her eyes gleaming with confidence and mischief. Confused, she scratches her head and gestures uncertainly, surrounded by swirling question marks. Announcing the sold-out success, he thanks everyone with a smile, promising new stores and products to come. Handing out cards, he explains the promotion. Collect 4 red dot stamps by purchasing cups to earn 1 free, excitement lighting his expression. Impressed by Wu's Tea Drinks, customers express delight, vowing loyalty to the shop for its impressive tea offerings. 2 women are handed cards with a confident gesture, their expressions attentive as they listen. Approaching with curiosity, one asks, "How do you know us?" while she recalls selling lanterns at the Shangyuan festival. Amazed by her memory, a woman praises her ability to remember them after just 1 meeting. As the conversation continues warmly, she sits with curiosity, questioning the allure of Wu Dalang's tea soup, pondering if it contains a bewitching potion. 3 women walk gracefully down the street, expressing gratitude to the crowd with appreciative smiles and polite bows. Calculating costs, she points to a tray with glowing ropes, while both women exchange determined glances under the shimmering light. With her eyes wide and cheeks flushed, she exclaims their profit, revealing they earned 16,200 wen today. She wraps her arms around her sister with excitement, joy evident in her expression as they celebrate their 16 guan earnings. Cheeks flushed with excitement, she proudly calculates the profit, while achievement notifications highlight her mental talent and exclusive abilities. Excitement radiates from his triumphant expression as he shouts about his photographic memory and human calculator skills. Amidst shimmering lights, she gazes intently at him, expressing her desire to learn Pengzu's bedroom spear technique tonight. Her hand rests gently on his chest, her gaze locked on him with intensity, as the shimmering pink fabric accentuates her poised stance. 2 women stand close, eyes concealed beneath bangs, their expressions tense as they sense an imminent challenge. Reaching out eagerly, 2 women express their desire to learn, voices filled with determination and hope. Her defiant words challenge her rival, asserting her son's legitimacy as both women glare with tension rising. She counters with skepticism, questioning their capability as both women stand face to face, intensity in the air. Flames blaze around her as she fiercely declares her intent to enforce family discipline. Eyes wide with surprise, they react to the lively atmosphere at official Wu's home. Wu Yuanyang's talent activates as she confidently strides forward, determined to protect her family's assets from the looming threat. She stands confidently with a smirk, touching her chin, as she humorously remarks on the situation's limitations. Amidst the glowing ambience, she confidently claims her visit isn't for tea, her gaze steady as curiosity lingers. Eyes downcast yet hopeful, she explains her dismissal from her husband's family and seeks employment at Wu's tea soup shop. Confidently, she smiles and expresses admiration for official Wu, pleading for a chance to work swiftly under his guidance. He gazes down with serious eyes as she lies below, measuring a favorability decrease of 20 amidst shimmering sparks. With a confident smirk, he firmly states, however, since you delivered yourself to the door, don't leave, his eyes gleaming with resolve. With a confident smile, he wraps an arm around her, announcing the shop's need for help and instructing the other to arrange work. Reassuring her sister, she offers a place to stay and plans to prepare a room with a bed and bedding. Late at night, she lies in bed, eyes wide with questions as sounds echo from upstairs. She lies asleep, breathing softly, a calm expression on her face as soft sounds fill the room. Amidst annoyed expressions, she clutches her blanket, frustrated by persistent, unsettling sounds. Frustration visible, she clutches her blanket and murmurs, "Can't sleep, can't sleep." Amidst the glowing ambience, three women gaze intently, mouths open as sparkling energy enhances their determined expressions. With a confident smirk, he leans forward, eyes filled with determination and strategic intention. Li Pinger experiences shock from Pengzu's bedroom spear technique. Favorability changes noted, while he calmly mutters, "Just as I thought." He walks confidently down the bustling street, strategizing to outsmart Li Pinger by launching new products, ready to gain favorability. Perspiration visible, he contemplates the challenges, realizing government backing is crucial for business safety. Standing before the grand entrance, he gazes intently at the imposing red doors, determination etched in his posture. With a determined expression, he hands a message to a smiling official, seeking an audience with magistrate official Gongsun. Beneath the clear sky, he gazes confidently forward, reflecting on ancient teachings of generosity and opportunity. Contemplating with a serious demeanor, he ponders Magistrate Gongsun Yuan's decision to exile Wu Song, considering the potential benefit of befriending him. An official stands at the open door, inviting Wu to follow through the back entrance, as anticipation builds in his gaze. He bows respectfully to official Gongsun, who dismissively waves a hand, urging him to skip formalities. An official sternly addresses Wu Jai about the daily crowds, explaining the need for yamen runners to maintain order at his tea soup shop. With a confident smile, she proposes a plan to make Yanggu County prosperous, asking for his thoughts on the matter. Smirking, he inquires about the plan, as she excitedly reveals the Yanggu three-piece set. A cheerful expression lights up her face as she proudly announces the tea soup, pastries, stew pot set with excitement. A confident official questions the ordinary-sounding tea soup, pastries, and stew pot, demanding detailed explanations. A man points out the strategic but transient location of Yanggu County, while an official sighs over minimal tax growth during his tenure. With a confident smirk, three fingers raised, he seems ready to present a new idea, sync with his strategic intent. With determination, he stands holding a bag, detailing the plan to draw merchants to Yanggu with high-priced tea soup. Glittering with anticipation, hands present a tray of walnut cookies invitingly, urging the official to taste the homemade pastries. With a surprised expression, an official points to the tray of walnut cookies, questioning their authenticity. Eyes wide and startled, he clutches the walnut cookie, shock evident as realization dawns amidst a burst of light. Enveloped in sparkles, he dramatically bites into a walnut cookie, eyes wide with an overwhelming sensation. Amidst a sparkling background, the official savors the walnut cookie, eyes closed as the word delicious forms around him. Leaning eagerly over the table, he demands details about the stew pot, his eyes filled with excitement and urgency. With a confident smile, he explains borrowing the kitchen is essential, his hand gesturing invitingly amidst the glowing backdrop. Sparkling confidently, she questions whether Wu has consulted her first before using the family's kitchen. Introducing Gong Sun-wan, a figure greets her with a respectful gesture at the table laden with culinary delights. She stands confidently, arms crossed, recalling her father's praise for shopkeeper Wu's tea soup as a unique Yanggu delicacy. With a confident gaze, she challenges Wu to exchange cooking skills, her expression both inviting and competitive. Eagerly clutching the recipe encyclopedia, he exclaims its timely arrival, ready to tackle Gong Sun-wan's cooking challenge with newfound confidence. Challenging her father, she insists on her authority over kitchen matters, her expression determined and defiant. Smiling confidently, he asserts the importance of accepting Miss Gongsun's challenge to maintain respect. She suggests a cooking challenge using fish heads stewed with tofu, confidently setting the theme to test their skills. Gesturing with confidence, he acknowledges the young lady's words while she stands poised and attentive. Sparkling light fills the kitchen as two figures stand facing each other, one expressing amazement at her exceptional management skills. Gong Sun-wan confidently explains the basics of kitchen management, her favorability rising by 15. With a confident smile, he asserts his destined victory in the kitchen duel. Eyes alight with confidence, they face each other, poised to start the duel. Holding a fish, she confidently instructs to prepare tofu and clean the fish head, focusing on the task with precision. A poised hand with red nails hovers confidently over a bowl, while a text bubble suggests ginger, cornel, and rice wine to counter fishy smells. Smirking confidently, she adds precious pepper to the dish, declaring shopkeeper Wu's defeat is certain. Amidst the bustling kitchen, he smirks over his shoulder, while she grips a tool firmly, both focused and determined. With a confident smile, he pours salt water over the fish head, explaining the method of physical fishiness removal to enhance the dish. A fish head spins in the water, creating a swirling motion as preparation continues. She bends forward with a surprised expression, questioning loudly, while he gestures with one hand after completing his task. Pouring essence juice over the fish head, he explains the natural method for enhancing flavor and removing fishiness. With a confident smirk, he raises a jug labeled wine, signaling his next move with unfiltered confidence. As she stands confidently, he remarks with a knowing grin about her secret use of precious white pepper. Eagerly demonstrating, he explains using wine and perilla leaves to enhance flavor and remove fishiness with chemical fishiness removal. Amidst glowing energy, she recoils with surprise, clutching her chest as fishiness removal triple combo lights up the scene. Lard melts in the pot while a hand expertly wipes the fish head dry, preparing for the next flavorful step. Smirking confidently, he dries the fish head with a cloth, emphasizing the importance of moisture removal before cooking. Challenging the preparation method, she argues passionately against using lard, her expression fierce as energy radiates around her. With a confident smile, she declares her intention to use lard creatively, holding the dried fish head. Steam rises as the fish head cooks in lard, butter melting and infusing the bubbling dish with rich flavors. Eyes wide with frustration, she questions his method, accusing him of ruining the ingredients as favorability points drop. An official criticizes shopkeeper Wu's use of lard for pan-frying fish, explaining it won't suppress the fishy smell. Confidently declaring his expertise, he warns of underestimating the 3 steps of fishiness removal, as anticipation builds for the miracle to unfold. A confident smile spreads as boiling water is poured over the golden fish head, steam rising in the ongoing cooking duel. A fish head spins gracefully in boiling water, sparkling as the cooking contest intensifies. Shocked and blushing, she exclaims about the soup's unexpected milky appearance, her expression filled with surprise and disbelief. Lightning crackles as a figure challenges from a mountaintop, daring Gong Sun-wan below to answer their call. She gasps loudly, eyes wide and cheeks flushed, reacting with surprise amidst the swirling steam. Amidst the swirling soup, she reaches upward, eyes wide with shock and mouth open in a silent cry. Legs extend elegantly through the water, creating dynamic motion lines that emphasize speed and intensity. Steaming liquid pours into the bubbling clay pot, following the command to transfer. With a focused expression, he carefully adds tofu cubes into the steaming pot. Salt sprinkles over the fish head and tofu, enhancing the simmering broth's flavor. With a pleased expression, he secures the pot lid, ensuring the flavors meld together seamlessly. Focused and determined, she confidently arranges ingredients, trusting in the ancient methods passed down through generations. Steam rises gracefully from the sealed pot, hinting at the harmonious blend of flavors within. She turns, surprised by the powerful aroma emanating from the pot, as he tends to the simmering ingredients with focused attention. Reflecting on the unconventional cooking steps, she contemplates the process with a thoughtful expression, holding chopsticks in her hand. With a determined look, he confidently declares, "Done," while removing the pot lid, signaling the dish's completion. The fish head glistens brightly in the steaming broth alongside tofu cubes, signaling a dish perfectly simmered to completion. She exclaims, "I'm done too," with a surprised yet relieved expression, signaling her completion amidst the warmly lit kitchen. Two chefs stand across the table as a judge samples the steaming dishes, deciding their flavors with a confident declaration. Steam swirls as the judge tastefully sips Warner's soup, eyes closed in satisfied acknowledgement. With anticipation, the judge samples shopkeeper Wu's dish, savoring the flavors with closed eyes and a focused expression. His eyes widen with intensity, reflecting bright sparks as he absorbs the judge's feedback, determination evident in his gaze. A cheerful fish floats joyfully in a vibrant pond surrounded by blooming pink lotus flowers. Eyes closed in satisfaction, the judge savors the taste, tears streaming down as he murmurs, "Delicious," confirming the dish's excellence. The judge praises the dish, hailing Brother Wu's fish head stew as the essence dissolves beautifully into the snow-white soup. She stands in shock, contemplating her father's unexpected praise for Brother Wu's dish. Spoon in hand, she takes a delicate sip, tears forming as she absorbs the soup's exquisite flavors. Surprised, she slips on the surface, her eyes wide as frothy liquid bubbles around her. Steam envelops the kitchen, creating a vaporous veil around her as she adjusts the tie of her dress, maintaining her composure amidst the haze. Eyes shut, mouth slightly open, her cheek is softly touched by a tear, glistening as it rolls down. Tears stream down her face as she acknowledges the fish soup's overwhelming richness, admitting defeat. Kneeling on the floor, she blushes and admits defeat, reflecting on Mr. Wu's simple yet effective cooking method. Overwhelmed by emotion, Warner admits her defeat wholeheartedly, acknowledging the superiority of Brother Wu's dish. Kneeling beside her, he humbly explains his win was due to understanding the Maillard reaction, not superior culinary skill. Her eyes widen in surprise, processing unfamiliar terms about the Maillard reaction and emulsification efficiency, while text highlights an increase in favorability points. Acknowledging his misstep, he proposes to revisit their discussion about the Yangu three-piece set, while she responds with agreement. Confidently outlining his idea, he discusses establishing a stewpot training institute, envisioning a network of government-licensed stewpot shops. He strokes his beard thoughtfully, addressing Brother Wu as Big Brother and questioning the benefit of the training institute for his Yangu. Amidst the bustling lantern-lit street, a confident man passionately describes their ambitious plan to attract traveling merchants with a new stewpot district. He chuckles softly, amused and slightly teasing, as his eyes show a playful warmth. Eyes closed in confidence, he describes the process of selecting and cultivating fish with daily massages and flute music. He confidently declares the prosperity of Yangu through its stewpot street, envisioning a thriving industrial chain, revitalizing the local economy. With a confident stance, he commits to the Yangu three-piece set, expressing the need to consider their private interests. With a confident smile, he discusses plans to open a restaurant with unique dishes, believing in its future success. Nodding with understanding, she listens as he proposes a financial split to manage the situation smoothly. Confidently clutching a money pouch, he envisions Yangu as his fortified base, setting the stage for future conquest and protection. Running towards the official with urgency, they shout, "Bad news! Something happened!" Amidst the bustling street, bending forward, she reveals shocking news about Li Shinner's true identity and her betrayal, having opened a rival tea soup shop. Smirking confidently, he acknowledges the inevitable turn of events, exuding determination amidst the unfolding drama surrounding Li Shinner's betrayal. A sign reading Pinger's handcrafted goods hangs prominently, hinting at the intriguing developments awaiting within the bustling shop. The group rushes toward the bustling shop, captivated by the intriguing developments unfolding within. Excitedly, she announces a new store opening with half-price tastings, attracting attention with her enthusiastic gesture. Holding cups of steaming tea, he confidently promotes the unique drink, drawing attention with an energetic crowd eagerly reaching out. Pouring tea elegantly from a golden pot, her confident stance captivates the lively crowd, eager to try the new drink. Starry-eyed and smiling broadly, the three characters express their excitement and admiration for the impressive unfolding developments. A lively crowd gathers eagerly in front of Wu's, voices raised in excitement to try the new drink. Amidst smiles, they savor the tea, noting its osmantha scent and fermented rice wine aroma, compared to Wu Dalang's family milk tea. Holding a rice wine jar, she confidently announces its quality, while the crowd nods in appreciation, intrigued by the fragrant aroma. A young man stands before the shop, visibly surprised by Li Pinger's swift improvement of the stolen recipe. Eyes focused and determined, he acknowledges Li Pinger's skillful marketing tactics while recalling her impressive talent in the bustling shop. A figure in richly patterned purple attire shifts confidently, as a bold yo punctuates the scene's dynamic entrance. She questions the sudden emptiness of Wu's tea soup shop, her expression a mix of curiosity and intrigue. A determined girl angrily peers over the counter, while a startled man faces a woman with long purple hair approaching from behind. She points accusingly, expressing disbelief over the betrayal and recipe theft that led to opening a rival shop. With a confident expression, she challenges the recipe claim, mentioning unique tea flavors that question their authenticity. In a confident stance, she declares her intent for a tea soup duel, addressing him directly with a determined gaze. She boldly demands he transfer his shop if he loses, forbidding future tea soup ventures while maintaining intense eye contact. She defiantly challenges the notion of competing under demand, her eyes intense and posture assertive. Confidently standing between them, he reassures his wives, urging the official not to compete with her. A confident smirk spreads across their face as they challenge, "Then what if you lose?" With a confident smile, she proposes to transfer the shop and compensate with additional taels if she loses. Pointing assertively, he demands 50 squats while repeating the phrase, "Official Wu, I was wrong," emphasizing discipline and acknowledgement. In her imagined scene, she kneels dramatically, exclaiming regret with a determined expression during her intense confrontation with official Wu Dui. With a fierce expression, she sharply declares, "Fine," signaling her acceptance of the challenge. The contest is confidently proclaimed for tomorrow morning, with the square in front of Lion Tower as the arena, leaving everyone stealing for the challenge. Confidently smiling, she asserts her advantage with top-quality ingredients, determined to win the tea soup contest. Sneaking a peek from behind the doorway with a confident grin, she promises to deliver a surprise that will secure her victory. Stars twinkle softly in the clear night sky, setting a serene backdrop for the upcoming contest. With a thoughtful expression, he strategizes about crafting cheese foam milk green tea, focusing on innovation and diversity to secure victory. A firm grip steadies the mortar as they prepare to incorporate yam mucus as a stabilizer, following an innovative recipe step. Pouring thick liquid with precision, he focuses intensely, emphasizing fermentation's role in crafting tea soup with goat milk and distiller's yeast. Glowing with determination, his fist surges forward, empowered by extraordinary strength as he decides to use brute force. Hands grasp a dark bottle, shaking it with vigor to create butter as a glowing light spotlights the action. Grinning with determination, he vigorously shakes the container, eagerly aiming to produce more butter for the ambitious contest ahead. With fierce determination, he vigorously shakes the container, sweat dripping as he prepares for the intense tea soup contest. Glancing fiercely over his shoulder, he tightly grips a bottle, flames illuminating the intensity of his newfound strength. Entering the scene, Shiqian's younger sister, Shi Qiao, crouches down, fiercely determined amidst the dimly lit room.